Hello everyone, welcome to today's programming class. I'm so excited to dive into a topic that will help you write cleaner code and more efficient code, which is called the what? The switch statement, right? Now, as we learn to program, we often use conditional statements to make decisions in our code. Today, we're going to explore how switch statements can simplify those decisions that you make in your code and help you have multiple conditions based on the same variable. So this class is more like an in-depth class on the topic switch statement. Of course, we already talked about switch statement in the previous class, but we did not go in depth on it. So today, guys, we're going to go in depth as to what switch statements are and why they are used and when to use them. All right. So come along with me as we go on this class. First of all, what is a switch statement? For a recap, a switch statement is a statement that is a control structure that allows you to execute different blocks of code based on the value of a single variable. That means you are able to compare different case scenarios against just one case scenario, or should I say you are able to compare different options against one case, or rather against one condition. Alright. This is particularly useful when you have multiple possible values that the variable can take and you want to execute all these different codes for each value. So why use switch statements? Number one is that it helps to clarify things. When you have many conditions based on the same variable, using a switch statement can actually what? It can actually reduce the cluster you have in your code. Alright. It makes your code more organized and more readable. That is why you should use the switch statement, because it brings about clarity. Also, it brings about efficiency. With switch statement, you can actually write more efficient code that are in shorter form. Instead of you making use of the else if statement multiple times, you can just use the word switch statement. Alright. So let's give a basic syntax, a basic example of what a switch statement is all about. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. So let me just take this off, right? I think I already have the code here. Okay, good. Now, guys, this is the basic. This that you can see here is what we call the basic. Let's say the basic formula or the basic syntax of a switch statement. This is the formula. So all you have to do is to just put in the expression you want to make it of, put in the first case, the first case value, put in its current case value, and in this particular place you put in what your console. It's that simple. So guys, now I already wrote an example for us to deal on, which you can see here. Now let me just explain this formula that we have here. Okay. Now this particular first one we have is a variable. This variable is an expression that you are going to evaluate. You are evaluating this particular expression, which is a fruit is equal to apple. Now this thing that we're trying to actually choose, we have an option to choose a particular fruit from different fruits. We're trying to make a choice from different fruits. We're given a basket having different fruits. I want to make a choice, right? So now this particular first variable is an expression that we're going to evaluate. Now it can now mind you, it's not only per fruit, it can be an expression, it can be a variable, it can be a function, it can be a number, it can be anything, not just a string, okay? But just know that we are trying to evaluate this expression. Then the next thing is that we have this switch, of which this switch statement is the one doing the job of the evaluation. Now this particular thing is this fruit we have here, okay? This variable we already have here. Now coming here into our braces, we have case, of which this is what we call the case value one, which is already here. You can see there, case value one, and you can see, right? We have the case value one, that's this guy here, of which this case represents a possible value for the variable. So if the variable reaches this value, that's this case value, it will print out this code, this console of log you can see there. That is, it shows banana. So that means if our switch statement evaluates this banana against this apple, if it is the same thing, it will print out the chose banana. Do you understand, guys? Alright. Then same thing, if this case two evaluates apple against this apple as well, it will, if it is true, it will evaluate this code you chose apple, right? And then if it evaluates this banana and this apple against this option we gave here, and they are both false, it will then have to then print out unknown fruit. Do you understand? So looking at this particular code now, we have apple here, right? Therefore, if you come and say, okay, case one is what banana. Banana and apple, and this apple, are they the same thing? No, that is false. So it will not print out the banana. If you come here now to evaluate apple and apple, are they the same thing? Yes, they're the same thing. So it will definitely then print out you chose apple. But if this place was something else, let's say here was orange, right? Here was orange, and then it evaluates orange against apple. They are not the same thing. So it is false. And it evaluates banana against apple, and they are not the same thing, false. And now that means case one is false, case two is false. So therefore it now have to defaultly print out unknown fruit. That is what this switch statement is doing, alright? And you might be wondering, this break you have always been using, this break you are seeing, what does break mean? Now, break is a keyword that is used to exit a switch statement after executing a case block of code. That means this break is a keyword that you use to stop this switch statement from executing continuously after it has executed this particular line of code. Because if you don't put this break here, it will enter into what we call a loop. Like it just continue giving you chose banana over and over and over and over and over again. So if I am to remove this break, guys, I'm going to crash my laptop. That's the truth. I'm going to experience a crash because the code will keep on executing over and over and over and over and over again unstoppably. I can't stop it. That is why I need to put that break there. So for a recap, without the break, the code will keep on executing into the next case, and that is what we call falling through. Keep on executing over and over and over again. So when you put break now, since this particular, like this case two now, let me say I change this case banana to apple, right? To apple. Now when my switch statement goes into my code and compares this case one, which is apple, against the expression apple here, right? And of which apple and apple are the same thing, to now display the truth. And after displaying it shows banana, it will stop. That's what this break does, to then stop the code from executing again. You get? But if I'm to remove that break, it will keep on executing over and over again, and keep on repeating the same process over and over again. Alright? So let me just put this code into my browser and see what it will actually display. Let me put it here. You see guys, it gave me chose banana. That's because it compared this case from which is apple against the initial variable apple, and they were the same thing. That is why it gave us chose banana. If it was something different, it would give us, let me change this apple now to something else. Let me say I change it to what say mango, right? Now let me press, if I should press enter, right, it will give me unknown fruit, because if it compares mango and apple for case one, they are different, that is false. If it also compares orange and apple for case two, they are also false. So false plus false will not give us unknown fruit, because the both case one and case two do not match with this initial variable. If I'm to press enter and see that it gave me what? Unknown fruit. That's because case one and case two did not bring out true, like it did not match. So therefore it will now defaultly print out unknown. Alright? So it is as simple as that, guys. It is as simple as that. Alright? So guys, now let me go more into what I said earlier, which is the following true behavior. Right? The following true behavior. The following true behavior. So now you may be wondering what I although I said following true just now, you may be wondering what I meant. Now following true is a very important aspect of switch statement, right? Now and that happens due to what the break, right? And it happens when you do not include that break statement after each case. That's this. Now, this this following through behavior is a very important aspect of switch statement, and it happens when we do not include this break like I see here. This break statement after this case that's in here, right? If you don't put this break here, if I'm to remove this break here, I will experience what I call a falling through. A falling through. Alright? Now, if I'm to also remove this break here, same thing happens. I'm going to experience a falling through. Okay? Now, in this scenario, guys, if this option, right, this option, if I run this code, right, I'm going to experience a falling through. Now, let me just give you particular. Let me give you another example and let's particularize pattern our code. Let me just come. Let's say we have, for example, different options, right? Let me say variable option of which we give the option to say, let's say value of 5, or so let me say 3 then 2. Okay, and then let's use our switch statement switch, of which we call the switch, of course, option, right? And then we say case 1, that's case, let's say 1, and just say 1, right? And then colon case 1, of which we say case 1 should print out, case 1 should print out what? Say you chose option 1. Okay, that's good. Let's use that. You chose option 1. You chose option 1, right? And then we would also say semicolon. Now I'm not putting break this time around, guys. Not usual. I'm not putting break. Okay, let me replace this guy here. Here had break, right? And here had break. But this code now will not have break. I'm not using break here. So I'm going to go directly to case 2. So case 2 will now give us print out that's console.log this phrase. You chose option what? Option 2. Choose option 2, right? And then let's give you a last scenario. Also with that break, case 3 column, and then it should print out you chose option 3. Okay, good guys. Now we've done it. Now guys, to explain this code, in this scenario, if the option now is set to 2, right? Running this code will actually approve or give out you chose option 3 because here is already there, right? However, that is in normal sense, it's supposed to give us this one in the sense that it will come here, right? We said that the option that switch statement should look at this variable option, right? Or which we always say that option is as a value of 3. Now for case 1, for the first case, option is equal to 1, yeah, but here option is equal to 3. Now 3 and 1 are not the same thing, so definitely it will not give us option 1. Coming to case 2, 2 and 3 are not the same thing, so it will not give us option 2, which is this. But 3 and 3 are the same thing, so it will print out what? You choose option 3, right? Now guys, mind you, I did not put break. So ideally, if I had put break, it's supposed to give me option 3. However, because there are no breaks after case 1 and case 2, right? If this option were set to either of those values, it will continue executing all subsequent cases until it reaches a break or which is the end of the switch block. So let me just do that, right? Let me just do that. Let me just try and do that. I hope it doesn't break my laptop, my system. Let me just do that and see what happens. So let's just click on and paste that. Okay, you see? Okay, it also gave us the choose option 2. Now guys, although you may not see it here, right? Although you may not see it written here, this thing actually continues over and over again until it actually met or reached the end of this switch block. Okay, that is actually what happened. Now, sometimes we actually make use of this follow through intentionally, meaning that in case, let's say for example, there are several cases whereby we want to execute the same block of code, right? We want to execute the same block of code, right? We can make use of this one, of this switch statement without a what? A break. Okay? We can make use of it without a break. Alright. So going forward, guys, going forward, let's consider some real world applications of making use of this switch statement. A very good example, guys, is us considering what we call a menu, a simple menu. Like if you have a website or an app that has a menu where your users can actually select an action. So now let's just write out that code. Let's write out the code. So let's say we have a menu, like a menu bar on our website or our application, of which your user can select different particular menu based on their action. So let's just say let's create a variable and give the variable a name of say action, and then is equal to what? Is equal to say a prompt. Okay, let's do this way, a prompt that prints out enter what? Enter action, right? For which you have this. Okay, action. Let me just change this to action. Then we have SAN1 colon, and then we have say person presses that, and then we also have another N2, like that's new 2, and then person press stop, which is also N3, which is then pause. Then we come here and then we have the switch, of which we then have action, and we have what we call the case 1, the first case 1 colon, of which case 1 is going to output. Now, first of all, now guys, this one, okay, let me just continue. When I'm done, then I'll just explain. We have start, we have start, and then for case, and we also need to put break here, and then for case 2, we have stop, right? Stop, right? And we have break here, and then for case 3, we have what? We have pause. And we also have break, and then we have default, which then give us console.log as print out a invalid input or invalid action. Let's say invalid action instead. Invalid action. So guys, now what this code I just wrote, what is this code actually doing? Now we're trying to create a menu, a simple menu, whereby when our user actually touches or presses something, an action will happen. Now this is the action. First of all, we create a variable and give it the name action, right? And then we give it a let's say a value of prompt, whereby if the prompt will be like enter, whereby action one will give us start. Like if the user presses or whether performs action one, it will give us start. If the user presses action or action two to give us stop, and the presses action three to give us what? Pause. Alright? And then coming to our switch statement, we now say that compare between these actions that we have in our different cases against the prompt we have here. The case one is that if the user presses start, presses action one here guys, which is one here, it will give us what? Start. Then if the user presses prompt two, which is this one here, this guy here, to give us what? Stop. Do you get? Then if the user presses action two, which is this guy here, to give us what? To give us pause, right? To give us pause. But if the user presses any action that is neither action one, action two, or action three, to give us invalid action. Do you get? Do you understand, guys? That's what actually this code is actually doing. That is what the code is. And this instruction is very easy for users to actually use a particular prompt and then get the right thing they are looking for. So guys, hope you understood what this class has been all about. Hope no one is confused. And to wrap up of today's class, we have dealt and talked about what switch statements are, right? And also the following true behavior. Okay, so I encourage you guys to always practice all we learned today. Practice writing your own switch statements and practice creating different scenarios where they might be applicable. All right. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class, and I hope to see you in the next one. You have a great day and happy coding.